So according to this, Joseph, that was the lineage of Jesus. Yeah.
That means that everybody after Adam was the grandchild of God as well.
Yeah, so according to this, everyone's the son of God.
Everybody's the Messiah.
Yeah. That's easy, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, just to very briefly change the subject. There have been a lot of messages sent to me, and a lot of that have been posted on the comments. I don't know whether you want to discuss this or not. It's entirely a matter for you, but a lot of people are asking, what do you do as a job?
I discover the unknown. I am a pattern finder.
I've been trying to get that out of him for a while, and I've sort of got roughly a satisfactory answer, but I still can't see it in practical terms, and I've been trying for a while to get a straight answer for that.
Well, yeah. It's essentially finding patterns.
You work for the mafia, don't you?
Yes. It's a scientific mafia.
Okay.
Yeah. You bring drugs into Canada hidden in a telescope.
Actually, that was actually one of my fears. You know, you start fiddling with the optics of that, and civility is going to go out the door. You know what I mean?
Sorry, somebody's trying to reach me. Let me just...
Let me give you this bit about this is how you should worship God. And then you shall take a ram and take some of the blood and put it on the tip of your right ear of Aaron and the tip of your right ear of his sons and the thumb of their right hands and on the big toe of their right foot, and sprinkle blood on the altar, all around on the altar. And you shall take some of the blood that is on the altar and some of the anointing oil and sprinkle it on Aaron and some of his garments and his sons. I mean, it's blazing in blood. And then later on it comes down to the fat of the ram, the tail fat, the fat that covers the entrails, the fatty lobe attached to the liver, 2 kidneys that are on the fat, and the right thigh.
And then at the bottom it has the orgy down here somewhere. That bit they cut out.
No, I mean, the orgy I wouldn't have any problem with, but chopping up animals, like burning them just for kicks. Barbaric blood cult. Yeah, we've decided this book needs
safety label.
Yeah, it needs to be an 18 certificate, not suitable for children, for graphic violence.
Well, I mean, I made a video about that, didn't I? In which either my video had been flagged as inappropriate because I quoted the incestuous behaviour of Lot's daughters, or because it showed a masterpiece work of art which happened to display bare flesh. I presume it was the bare flesh that got it flagged, but I think that's slightly less offensive than Lot's daughters getting him drunk and shagging him and both having his children.
Yes. Well, that's a biblical marriage for you.
Yeah. Those morally upright people that make it into the Bible.
Yes. Lot, the only virtuous man to be saved from Sodom. Before the sun was set, slept with both of his daughters. I mean, come on.
That's a little bit.
Yes, and this wonderful God that had the decency to save him decided that he would turn his wife into a barrel of salt, having the audacity to turn around and actually see the burning city. I mean,
killed his wife and then it opened the door.
It's a loving God. Everyone tells you it's a loving God.
It was a loving God. Lot needed something to put on his salad.
Yeah, what did you want him to do?
Where were they going to get salt in the wilderness from? All they had was brimstone.
Desert, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Have some compassion.
Yeah. It's why he was.
I must say, I hadn't considered it that way.
Yes.
One of salt and one of pepper.
If only he'd been, what was that, had multiple wives, he could have had salt and pepper.
Yeah, and maybe some saffron.
Maybe even garnish.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at all...
One salt, one pepper, one Caesarean salad.
And you look at all the ones that Solomon had. I mean, he could have had
he could have turned her into a bottle of Caesar salad dressing rather than just salt, though, couldn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, there's loads of manna out there in the desert. He'd need something, a Caesar dressing would have been much better than just simple salt.
Yeah, but...
And you'd say he's a loving God.
Thousands of years ago, they hadn't even heard of salad dressing back then.
Yes.
They had to make do what they had.
Maybe
I'm sorry, fact. How silly of me to have thought of such a thing. I'm sorry, but Thunder's been asked about what job he does. He's given obviously as much information as he wants to. Please stop sending me messages asking me more about it. It's up to him if he wants to disclose anything else. They're just asking whether you're a scientist, a physicist, an astronomer, or stuff like that. So it's yeah. Come on, we can do better than that. Stop asking the question, please.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Andromeda's Wake will be joining us via Skype in a short while.
Good one on the cake. Sorry?
Andromeda's Wake will be joining us on the Skype conversation in a short
excellent.
while.
No, he did something the other day. What did he do? Oh, that's right. There was that racist guy. No, the homophobe. The homophobe who went DMCA happy. What happened with all that?
Yes. Yes. Well, don't worry. I'll update you on what's going on behind the scenes in relation to that. But he's from Burnley, which you'll know Burnley.
Yeah.
And he was quoting from Holy Bible.
We're talking about the homophobe, or?
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. They'll take a 2,000-page book and quote one sentence, and that they think.
And that proves it.
Yeah. And it's like, well, what do we get from Solomon? Solomon's got some good stuff. I mean, Solomon says everything.
You know, why not?
If you want to justify anything in the Bible, just read Proverbs. Right, Proverbs is actually an entertaining read. I recommend Proverbs.
Yeah.
There we go. A second
it was
opinion.
Good. We had a really good laugh.
Sorry, go on.
Wealth gained by dishonesty will be diminished, but he who gathers by labour will increase. To which there not a chance. I mean, those who gather Enron and Halliburton, those who gain by dishonesty will be diminished. No, they won't. They'll die rich. Better.
Well, as I say, the problem, so far as I can see, with extreme Christianity and homophobia is this: that there are, I think, 20 passages that refer to homosexuality, of which I think only 3 or 4 are referred to in the New Testament, and they have, by some academics, been interpreted to relate to paedophilia, not homosexuality. And if they are arguing or seek to argue that the laws changed as a result of the New Testament, firstly they've got to deal with Matthew 5:17, which you've got in front of you and you'll be able to read out for the benefit of the masses. But they've also got to therefore explain why it is that they consider the Ten Commandments still to be applicable and all the rules in the Old Testament.
The Ten Commandments don't exist.
I've got. You see, God commands vegetarianism. Let me just look at this. A righteous man regards the life of his animal, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
I don't know. There are a lot of things in Proverbs that are just plain gibberish. Better is the one who is slighted but has a servant than he who honours himself but lacks bread.
What the fuck does that mean?
But this is the one that I was looking at, because this is Proverbs is incredibly hit and miss. Some of these are complete gibberish. Some of them are actually pretty good, and some of them are obviously wrong.
It'd be great to put these to scholars and ask them what these mean, some of them.
A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of the fool proclaims foolishness.
Well, it all makes perfect sense.
I've got problems with people saying that a prudent man conceals knowledge. That's not the way that it works. But
that's not the way that you work. But that's because you're going to hell.
They have a great deal of knowledge, apparently.
They have a knowledge that they won't tell us about. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that Life of Brian when he says, "And to them only shall be given," and he sort of stops and trails off, and they're like, "What were you going to say?" "Oh, nothing." "What were you going to say?" "Nothing." What? No, seriously, what were you going to... No, he won't tell us. What is it, Matt? And he starts that following. That's the following that he gets from that.
Yeah, well, leave them hungry, Yeah. We'll leave them wanting more.
Yep.
If you faint in a day of adversity, your strength is small.
No shit.
Wow. Solomon's a bright
Right
man.
under that, you need, and this is the Proverbs of completely fucking obvious. Yeah.
Yes. The Proverbs of duh.
The Proverbs of duh. Exactly.
There you go. I think that's probably my favourite.
So, I mean, I can sense that the two of you are getting on very well, but I really, you